Hey, today's video is going to be really simple. I'm just going to go over simply how to download Godot, start a new scene, and how to put a node in. So this might take 5 minutes, might take 2 minutes. It's going to be really short, but yeah, let's jump right into it. All right, so as I'm recording this, I'm using Brave. You can use Google, Safari, anything, whatever you want, Firefox, all that stuff. You just type in Godot, and then GodotEngine.org will pop up, and that's what you're going to want to click. You can open link a new tab or whatever, and you simply click download the latest. So you have a choice between Godot Engine and Godot Engine.net. So basically, the difference between the two is the .NET one uses the Sharp support, and the Godot engine uses the GD script. That's basically the simple explanation. So what you want is you want the Godot engine, not the net, because the net is a bit more confusing. You got to learn C Sharp, and GD script, in my opinion, is simpler and easier to learn and understand, especially as a beginner. So you click it, and it asks to make a donation. You can if you want, and yeah. So you download it. It will come in a zip file. You right click the zip file and you unzip it like you normally would. Um, I'll show you as an example. It'll download in 1 second, and it downloads. When it downloads, there we go. And all you do is you just right click and you extract all, and it's going to ask you to put it wherever. You extract it, and then it's going to extract. Oh wait, I didn't show you. Oops. You right click, and then you extract, and then yeah, it'll open up like this. And now you go Win64 console, and then Win64. So the application with the big kilobytes is what you need, not anything else. Anyway, so you double click it, and it's going to run through thing. For some reason, it's got this kind of problem. I've never had a problem with this in the previous versions. I've got Godot 4.5 still, but Godot never really ever has had a problem. I did update my Windows PC today, so it might be having a bit of problem. So on your PC, you won't have this, but this is just a game that I'm kind of making as a fun thing. So you're going to come in here. This peaceful farmer won't exist, and what you want to do is you want to click create, and you name your project whatever you want. So let's just go example. Example, if I can spell, example project. And now you've got a few different options for renderers, depending on what you're wanting to do. So if you want to make a mobile game, you click mobile, of course. Compatibility is, I've never really used compatibility. I've never really seen anyone use compatibility, but from my understanding, it's more for games to be hosted on a website more than your PC. I always go with forward plus. So you can go through, you can see what it has, supports desktop platforms only, advanced 3D graphics available, can scale to large, complex scenes, use rendering, all the advanced stuff. And then you've got a few different things, version control. So you got none or Git. I recommend choosing Git because it will give you errors when your code isn't working, etc. So this is just an example. You create the project. Now Godot is completely free. You don't need to donate or anything like that. But yeah, so scene will automatically be created as soon as you click one of these four things on the side. So you can start with a user interface. You can start with a 3D scene or a 2D scene. Now, for the sake of this, we're just going to choose a 2D scene. So now, what's being created is a node 2D. Now, a node 2D is a, oh my gosh, I've got a mind blank. a node 2D is just a node. Like I said in the last video, it's like Lego. So you got the scene, node, and whatever else. So this is just a node. And if you want to add another node, so this will. Sorry, let's start from the beginning. This is simply a root node. And if you see the little plus sign in the top left, there is add child node. So on Windows, you can press Control A, and on MacBook, I'm pretty sure it's Command A. Don't quote me on that. Or you can click the plus sign. I generally click the plus sign. This is gonna be the first time I press Control A, and yeah. So now you've got all these different things, which is all really confusing. And then you click this drop down, and there's all these different things that are 2D stuff. So there's a whole bunch of different stuff that you can choose from. But just for the sake of this, we're going to add a, let's just say, a collision shape. All right, let's create that. And now it comes up with an error automatically. Now, the node configuration is collision shape 2D only serves to provide a collision shape to a collision object. Please use it as a child of area 2D, static body 2D, rigid body 2D, character body 2D to give them a shape. So right here, what we want to do is we want to right click, add child node, and we type in character body 2D, create. And then we drag. So we're going to drag this collision shape 2D under and make sure that the character body 2D is highlighted in that little box. And bam. So now we've got a root node with a child node of that root node with a child node to the character body 2D. So this isn't a root node. This top one is a root node though. But yeah. So I hope that kind of makes sense. This is my little simple, as best as I can, to have a simple explanation and hopefully make this make sense in Godot 4.6 now. So yes, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. And yeah, I'll leave the links in below to grab the download for Godot 4.6. But yeah, I recommend give it a try. Play around with it, add some noise if you want and stuff. But we'll get more into how to create stuff a little bit later and GD script later. So yeah, thank you for watching.